Welcome to City League Sports, the show where we show love and talk all things about Columbus City Schools athletics. On the show today, we have some roaring tigers in the house of East High School. In the studio, we have head football coach Mike Bell, and he is joined by players Tayzon Burns and Wayne Lindsay. I am your host, Dr. Vincent Clarino, and I'm ready to get into some stories. Say what's up, Wayne. We turn to you. Say what's up to everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing? Wayne Lindsay, QB1 here.
Hey, how y'all? Hey, look, QB1 here. That's like on the depth chart. When you look at football and you go online and you look at QB1 here. Go ahead, Coach. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing? Coach Bell, Coach Mike Bell.
Coach, hey, look, everybody is so serious this morning, right? Hey, we're going to have a lot of fun. Listeners, this one's going to be fun. Everybody's so serious. We're going to turn it to this young man. Go ahead and say hello to everybody.
What's up, everybody? Tayzon Burns.
Tayzon, look, hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, look, everyone has a very short, but we're going to loosen this group up here. We're sitting here for our listeners at home who can't see us. I decided, because I knew we were going to have some Tigers in the house, right, in East High School, I decided specifically to wear my nice orange cream. I got my orange on also.
Okay.
And then I'm accompanied by three people here who got the We Are East on, right? So everybody is donned out in the brown and the orange and black. We all got on our East High School colors. We ready to rock and roll. And so, Tay, I'm going to start with you because you have said the least since I've sat down here this morning as we was doing preparation. Now you smiling a little bit. We got QB1 over here. So what are you then in position-wise football? You didn't give us your position and all that type of fun stuff.
I'm an athlete when it comes to the field.
Oh, I'm an athlete. So what do you do as an athlete when it comes to the field? When you're in the game on offense, what are you traditionally doing or typically doing?
I'm either blocking, running the ball, or passing the ball.
Running the ball. So can we call him a running back, Coach?
We can call him a running back.
Can we call him a running back, an athlete, running back? Can we call him RB1?
RB1.
There we go. For all of our football listeners and those that talk about depth charts. But more importantly, man, like we're sitting here today, East High School. Coach, you come into the program a couple years ago, and you start to set the blueprint out for your vision and what you wanted to become. So talk about kind of your start. We're not just starting football. We're going to get to some of that stuff, right? Because I know your football runs deep. Yeah. But to start with East High School, talk a little bit about that and then how you've seen things change over the last couple of years to where you guys are at this season.
Well, when I first got the position, Mr. Brown brought me in and he hired me.
Athletic director, Mr. Brown. Okay.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Brought me in and gave me an opportunity as a head coach. And I had a vision for the school, for the community, because I'm from the community. It's full circle.
Okay.
I played my first Little League game at Harley Field.
Nice.
So, for me to be back and
Coach Bell is old, y'all. So for his first Little League game to be played, that tells you how old he is. We're going to get into some of that old stuff. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach. I'm just joking.
No doubt.
No, he's definitely not old.
Nah. But, when I came in, I just... it was ideal to get in my community, to work with these young men and set the standard. I wanted them to know that you can have a great experience. A great experience in high school, in athletics, that will lead you on in life. And, we had to set the program and the foundation in place. And, it was rough to
Certainly.
start. Definitely rough to start. We had COVID. My first 2 years came in COVID.
Came in COVID year,
so
okay.
COVID year
Lucky
was tough.
You, right?
Yeah, lucky you.
We haven't talked COVID for a while, so you listeners out there, we ain't talked COVID for a while, so you hear that, right? Come in rough when you come in during COVID.
Yeah, we came in COVID, and so it wasn't traditional practice and things we had to overcome, but we adjusted, and we found a way to keep show some resilience and keep going forward. But after COVID, the next year we lost 3 games because we had got sick with COVID. So the first 2 years I've been in the program, we have been dealing with adversity and trying to overcome adversity.
So you guys didn't even play a lot of football games the first 2 years, right? You maybe in 2 years got in 10 games, right? And this season now you're embarking on your full season,
yes, sir.
a full complement of 10 games. We have a senior here, Wayne Lindsay. I think are you the second, the third?
Third.
Wayne Lindsay, the third in the house here. So that means we got some namesake to hold on to, right? When you're the third, but you've been with the program all 4 years, right? And so you lived through pandemic years, obviously, then as a sophomore, and now here you are as a senior. QB1, right? We're gonna get a couple of those in. QB1 senior. And so now you guys are having this level of success and energy in 2022. And as you look around, what do you attribute some of that to?
I mean, the hard work that we put in during the summer, like the COVID year. My bad.
That's all right. Hey, a little choked up. I got him a little nervous in here. We're gonna
The COVID years, we didn't get a lot of work in the summer. It's like, especially me, I wasn't even there during the summer.
Okay.
And I missed half my season, my sophomore year, and then half my season, my junior year. So I ain't really play football.
Okay.
Them 2 years, but we was just hungry this year. This team, like, we came and we just worked together, try hard, practice harder.
Nice. Okay, so hey, you young fellas, sometimes y'all say like practice harder. What did that look like for you this summer? What did it look like? East High School, summer conditioning, summer workout, summer football, and football is a long season, long sport, right? So what did that look like when you say we went harder?
I mean, everyone there. That's the first thing. You gotta create chemistry with your team. I feel like that's
nice.
Strong.
Okay.
Have each other backs and be able to trust each other on the field. That's really important.
Hey, that's powerful stuff, because what a lot of people don't understand is that and football is probably the most unique team sport that exists. You really have to rely upon everybody else on your team to make everything work. In some other sports, you can kind of sprinkle in one or two really talented people and it just kind of magically comes together, right? But football isn't that sport. So you talk about team chemistry, summertime. Tay, we're going to turn to you, athlete. We talked a little bit about your offense. Tell me a little bit about your defense, because we're bouncing around here with some football stuff before we start to get into some of those other particulars. Tell me about your defense then.
Our defense, we go by flush it and get to the next play. And
what's that again?
Flush it and get to the next play.
Flush it and get to the next play. Okay, that was a coaching term. Coaches, congratulations. Who's the D coordinator?
Well, it's crazy this year because we had some changes in our staff as we went along with that.
Okay.
But I kind of had to wear a few hats this year.
Okay. So, but somebody is saying flush it in what?
Get to the next play.
Somebody's saying that in practice, because he didn't just come up with that on his own.
That's me.
That's you saying that. Okay, so Coach Bell gets credit for. So flush it, next play. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Flush it and get to the next play, pick each other up, and don't talk negative, because once the negative start coming around, everybody start putting their heads down. And when we get heads down, it just don't turn out good.
Okay, so we got a positive vibe going. That clearly is set from the top, I would have to imagine. Coach, it's always good when you hear your players kind of reciting some of your energy and those things, right? Yeah. And so, Tay, when you're out there, Just name some other guys on defense, because what I've seen for this season is that I'm looking and you guys are really playing competitively on defense. You're holding teams, guys ain't scoring on you. So give some other guys some credit, some of your teammates that are not here right now. Who's out there getting it done as well?
Solomon Vaughn, Julian Albano, Caden Swanson, Anthony Shields.
Look, you're trying to run down the whole line there. Look, that we'll stop at Smurf, right? Anytime you can sneak a nickname in there, with Smurf, right? And Smurf knows who he is. Listeners, you may not know, but go check out an East High School football game. Maybe you'll find out who Smurf is right while you're watching. You'll know who he is when you come to a game. That's beautiful.
Someone getting slammed.
There you go. Okay. So he bringing it. So that the sport of football is fun, but I want to know then now, Coach Bell, share with everyone, share with our listeners, share with everyone who's watching, what's going on inside the high school, East High School. How does the success of the football team on the field help carry over into energy in the school building?
I have to be honest, man. Our administrative team, our new principal, Mr. Watson, has brought
Dr. Watson.
I'm sorry.
Yes, indeed.
Has brought a different energy and a different excitement.
Okay.
And he wants to
fresh eyes can do that too. You know what I mean?
He wants to celebrate wins.
Yeah.
He wants to celebrate small wins. He got small wins, turn into large wins for our kids. So, in our community, it's been awesome, man. Like everyone, our alumni is out. People are coming out. And I try to tell these kids, East is one of the largest alumni in the city. I mean,
in the state of Ohio.
Is it the state?
In the state of Ohio.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hey, anytime you have 100 years worth of graduates, you have a large alumni pool, right? Because that's a lot of people who have graduated from the school.
And they, I have to tell them that what we're doing is bigger than just winning football games.
Oh,
what we're doing is larger than that.
Certainly.
And you guys, they haven't had this type of success since 1964, where they went 7-0, and then in 1999 they were pretty successful with that squad too. But it's been a while. And this brings us kind of restore. I told them there's so much tradition at East High School that we have to know when we step on that field, we don't just represent ourselves. We represent the school. We represent alumni. We represent everything that's great about East High School every time we out there. So, we compete like that. We show resilience. Yeah. And they bought into to being resilient and never giving up. So,
well, the beauty of what you're saying, and so my mother-in-law is an East Tiger, right? And so I hear it right from her. And she follows East, and you would be shocked. You would be shocked and surprised at how many people who maybe don't even get a chance to come out, but they just stay connected. They just have this energy about them. East holds a warm place in alumni's heart, and I'm not saying that every school isn't like that, but I'll be honest with you. I think East is just a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like people hold on to that East stuff. I'm sitting around with folks in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they in there talking about my Tiger pride and what we was doing. I'm like, what you was doing? What you talking about? What you was doing? I wasn't even born when you talking about what you was doing. You graduated before I was even born, right? And so you all get to carry on that legacy when you're at games. I know because I've been to East games, obviously, but when you're at games, I'm sure you see a large segment of this fan base. So when you see that group, what does that say to you? What does that do to your spirit? And how does that send a message to you to make sure you carry yourself a certain way? Wayne, I'm coming to you first.
Of course, I like to see everyone come out watching us, celebrating with us, because they helped us get here. Like the community, I'm glad to see the community doing better. Like they actually have something to be happy for, cheer for, Yeah, there's a lot going around the community. So a little win, like you said, is big for some people around there. So
certainly. Well, and I'm gonna share this to you as young people. When you're out there playing, and I don't know if your next game is a home game, away game, but the next time you're out at East High School and you're seeing all of these elderly statesmen and stateswomen that are showing up to your games, I'm going to tell you something that they'll love. If you just look at one of them and just give them a little head nod. Because what that says is, I appreciate you being here. It just shows a level of energy that says, hey, I'm connecting to you. I'm out here as a kid. You was once a kid running around out here on this same field, because we just heard Coach Bell say when he was a kid, he was running around on that same field, right, his first game. Give him a little nod. I think they'll appreciate that. So now, I want to get a little bit deeper into the school. You talked about Dr. Watson, new to the building, first year under his leadership and as a principal of the school. And then Wayne, we're going to come to you and go straight to Tate without me even talking. How do you see just the energy in and around the school, winning, new principal, all of those things?
It's way different. Like this whole school year is just different since I've been here. Like since all 3 years I've been here, it's different. Like the administration, they got new energy to them. The teachers got new energy to them. They really want to help us, and everyone just more happy, got more school pride, more school spirit around the school this year.
I feel like us, the football team, is building a big part in the school, and some of the people in the school look up to us. We strive people to do better, get better grades, and we just try to make the best of what we can do.
That's exactly where I was going, and you really nailed it. So do you feel like a leader in the building? Can do those things become a part of your DNA as you're there every day? Are you noticing that there are others in the building that look up to you?
Yes, I notice. Not everybody, but I know a lot of people look up to me in the school. So I try my best to keep my composure and be the best person I could be.
Certainly. And let me share, like when you're an athlete in the school building, you may not know it, but even those, because every school has that group. I don't care if you live in the suburbs, you're out in the rural, you're in a private school, city school, whatever you want to call it. Everyone kind of has that group that maybe they carry themselves like an outcast, right? They don't know where they fit in. And sometimes your behavior and energy as an athlete can help maybe close that gap and make them feel a little bit welcomed. You know what I mean? And everyone's outcast is a little bit different. But what I say to you in that respect is just as you floating through the hallways, man, and you just being there, be aware. Also, like when you're young, it's so great to be young. Just let me tell you, okay? It is great to be young.
Yes, it is.
And you don't know how great it is until you get older. You can start getting these grays in your hair because you got this great locks. You got the braids going. Y'all get these grays in there. It changes a little bit, right? And it's great to be young, but be aware also as you're floating through the hallways every day and just kind of understand, take it all in because it really goes by fast. Guys like, Coach Bell and myself, we can look back on our experiences and some of them are so relevant, they feel like they were yesterday, right? That's how meaningful that they were. And so, Coach, I want you to share then, you gave me a little history, but like you talked about 60 this and 99. Yeah. And so before you were at East Tiger, you weren't coaching at East High School, and so we started off a little bit with your conversation about you coming to East, a part of the neighborhood. What makes you take on, such a task? What makes you say like, I'm gonna take on an East High School that's had all these challenges that maybe doesn't seem to have an upside? What makes you say I'm gonna do this?
It started when I was young, and in my community,
Okay.
In my community and trying to be a leader in my community and make change in the community with these young men. And when I ran my youth program, the Day Stars, for 20 years.
Okay.
I had a child care that I owned and operated, so I worked with kids constantly. I was one of the second oldest grandsons in my family, oldest brother. So I had a lot of kids watching me as I was coming up. So I had to set the tone of what's expected.
You're not getting off that easy, don't you? You do know that. Yeah, you're not getting off that easy. We're going to narrow it back down. I want to know, the listeners want to know, everyone wants to know, what makes Coach Mike Bell decide to come to East High School for a program that didn't look to have any upside, that didn't seem to have any real direction or future? What made you say, I'm willing to take on this task?
I knew what I was getting into.
Okay.
I wanted to challenge. I wanted to make a difference. And I wanted East kids to realize that they can be great, that they can win in life. I wanted them to know that you can win, even though the environment might not say so, or some stuff around you don't control. I wanted to instill some resilience in them, because sometimes our kids are faced with things they don't control. They dealt a hand that they don't have no control over. And I'd say we're not gonna put Band-Aids on afterward. I'm gonna give them the skill set to manage those things,
right?
To deal with tough times, to deal with loss, to deal with single families, to deal with poverty and all those things. So, we implement resilience. We talk about resilience all the time. We talk about characteristics to be resilient. And, I had to live a life of resilience. So, some of the things I've had to overcome and been through. So taking on East was just like, it was destined for me to be there, But I applied for some other jobs and I didn't get it.
Yeah, okay.
And I got the job I was supposed to get.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
because some doors close, but this is where I'm supposed to be, and I can make the biggest difference, I think, with these young men. And it's been a challenge. We got a lot of challenges, but I want our kids to know you don't have to be, and no disrespect to other school districts,
certainly,
but Columbus City schools can provide you a great experience right here at East High School.
100%.
I mean, our kids go on team camps. We went to Ashland this year.
Yeah.
They traveled. They got travel gear.
Right.
We've done a lot of things that you see in other schools, and you think that it's the only place. But no, we're going to have that experience right here at East High School.
Certainly.
Right here at East High School.
And let me piggyback on that thought for a moment. And I want these two young guys and all our listeners to hear this, right? So, like, I was having a conversation this summer. And one of the things that, I was speaking with someone who knows that I'm a Columbus City School graduate as well, right? I graduated from Columbus Walnut Ridge. And so in our conversation, they were speaking to all of these like shortcomings that we constantly kind of hear about when it comes to being one of us. And I said, you know what? I don't live in that space. I got a great education at Walnut Ridge. Right. I don't look back on it and say like, man, it was miserable. I share this for everyone, right? There are kids in suburban schools who have D's and F's.
Yeah. Right.
Like let's just be real about it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you go out to some other school district or some other school and all of a sudden they sprinkle some magic dust and you get good grades. So that's a part of your own value system, your DNA. You can go into an East High School and you can one day walk out of there and go do whatever you want to do in life, right? And that's kind of for me like my story. You know, I walk out of a Walnut Ridge and then I sit here and I do all these other things. But to show that today we're gonna stay focused. But I just want you to know, you don't got to go chase something. Make what you have in front of you special because it actually is. And Coach, I see you want to say something. Dive in. Yeah.
You know, that's like part of our characteristics of being resilient is your perception. How do you perceive things? You know, you can walk down the neighborhood and see a abandoned house, somebody out there hanging on the corner. Or you can walk down the same street, see a lady getting up, going to work, 100%. See somebody cutting their grass on the same street.
That's right.
So it's all about how you perceive what's in front of you and your situation and how you respond to it. So, you know, that's the things where we're trying to instill the mental at ease. And then it's just transferring over to the field, you know, in the school.
So we've talked a lot about like energy, school, history, alumni, all these fun Tigers things. We roaring in here and we getting some of that energy back. But now we're going to go straight football for a moment. So we're going to this season, QB1 over here, Mr. QB1, right? Share with me, share with the listeners. Give me a moment that's special to you in football. It doesn't have to be from this season, but it could be. But give me a moment. Give me something where you go, man, I really enjoyed that play or that moment on the field. This is a football specific comment we looking for.
I really enjoyed the Northland and the Toledo Sky game. Only because how tough they was and how hard everyone had to play. Like, if one person on the defense made a mistake, that could have cost us the game. And they knew that. And for me to be able to trust them guys and win the game close like that, the one thing I've been trying to work on was winning close games at East. Because for some reason, when it get close, we just never pull it out since I've been here these past couple years. So the fact that we can go into tough games and pull it out all the way 4 quarters, that's the difference. That's the change from like last year, years before.
Okay, well, and that's the resilience you're talking about, learning how to win, knowing how to win. They're speaking your language, Coach. You know what I mean? So you've done a fine job either in prepping them or saying, look, hey, look, when y'all on the way over here, here's what you say today. Either that,
I tried to text them a couple times.
Hey, you either prepped them very, very well or they're just in tune with your language. Tay, we're going to turn to you. Give me a moment, give me something where maybe you scored a couple touchdowns in the game, whatever, but let me hear a moment that's special to you.
A moment that's special to me is every moment because
they queued up today.
Every time I step on the field, I can't score without my teammates. And this is a team. It's a team game. We win as a team, lose as a team. So if I ain't getting the job done, my team ain't getting the job done. So we all depend on each other. And I feel like every moment is a great moment to me.
Every moment is a great moment, and we all out here depending on Smurf, right?
Right.
We get Smurf some love in here since you threw his name. What's Smurf's real name?
Michael Pryor. Michael Pryor.
Like,
middle linebacker.
Better known as Smurf, right? Middle linebacker. So, I get those things. And I think it's I think it's phenomenal. Like all the work that you all are doing. There's a lot of people cheering for you and rooting for you guys. And so now I'm gonna transition you a little bit. Being a student, being at East High School, are there other sports that you all are interested in or that you participate in? So go ahead. We'll come to you, then we'll circle to you, Wayne. Give me some other things that you do if there are some other sports you're interested in.
I'm interested in track. I did track, but I didn't finish it, so.
Okay.
But other than track, nah, just football and track.
Okay, football and track. That's what's up. What about you, Wayne?
I ran track last year. All 4x1 team and 4x2 team made it to regional state finals. We only had 5 guys on the team.
Okay.
Yeah, and our 4x4 team did.
Okay.
So, and then I'm playing basketball. I played since my freshman year.
Okay. So you're a 3-sport guy. You just get it in every season.
Yeah.
Just like, so when the school bell rings, you just stay after school every day. Like that's just your natural thing, right? You just there every day. You just you're part of the walls, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, and I share this, our listeners have heard this for quite some time, that I share, hey, look, the more involved you are, the better you're going to do in school. It really is that simple. Like the recipe is that simple for parents who are listening, kids out there listening, coaches, teachers, administrators, the Dr. Watsons of the world, right? We giving him love today. Like the more involved you are, you're just going to do better in school. Yeah. And the reason why is because you're going to be connected to another caring adult, somebody who's going to see you in the hallway, know you by first name, say what's up to you, want to know how you're doing in classes. All of those things make sense and become a part of, your success story. So it's great to be involved. And if you're taking some time off in between, Tay, I'm looking at you. My listeners can't see me, but I'm speaking to Tay. If you're taking time off in between football and track, stay connected somehow. Do something, hang out, go bother Coach Mike in his office, Coach Bell in his office, go in there and say what's in, go bother Mr. Brown, the athletic director. Just stay connected to the school, and the school will do its part to stay connected to you, right? So we're going to do some seasonal specific stuff here. You guys are on your way now to making it to the playoffs. This is a big opportunity. And so then, so Coach, share with everyone, what's the preparation for that? How does that look as you guys wind down your season and then become a playoff contention team?
We just want to continue, chopping wood, carrying water, doing what we've been doing, staying steady every day, getting our routine, and just trying to, trying to, finalize some things and just kind of get better at certain things going into the playoffs, because at this point we do what we do. Right. We are who we are.
Certainly.
We just have to execute better.
Right.
I think execution is the key, and more discipline.
He just gave out your listeners, he gave out these coaches looks just now, right? Like he said, execute, and that's that. And his coach face came on. He wasn't even sitting in here doing an interview. He put his coach face on for like 3 seconds and gave a nod to the play, execute more, right? And then he went, and then he bounced back. So I'm sorry, go ahead. Yes,
just discipline. The further you go in the playoffs in October, you got to handle some cold weather.
Oh yeah,
in Ohio football, baby, to be in the playoffs.
Certainly,
it's a great accomplishment by these young men, and I'm really excited for them. But we're not just here just to make the playoffs. We're here to compete.
Yeah.
Every time we step on the field, I want them to lay it on the line. And right now, it's just getting more discipline and then executing, because we have some talent. Yeah. And we have some skill, and but we have to execute better and be a little bit more disciplined moving forward, because the teams that advance don't make mistakes, don't turn the ball over, take care of the ball.
That's right. Competition gets better.
Competition gets better.
Yeah.
So you got to minimize those, those ratios and those margins.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to share this also to help connect some of the dots over the past couple of shows that we've done. This is specific for you, Coach.
Okay.
Previously, we had your younger brothers on the show.
My boys.
Man, hey, come on, man. I love them dudes. You know that, right? Them,
48, 41.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we got that Walnut Ridge in us, right? And not to take away from, but we had them on the show, and I'm connecting our listeners, because we have some listeners that are faithful and tune in every single week, right? And they're hearing. So I'm connecting those dots. And then also we had the filmmakers of The Haven that was on the show, and the documentary, and then you had some parts in there where they reached out to you, and you weren't a Brookhaven guy.
No.
You didn't attend Brookhaven, but they reached out to you for your leadership and your visibility in the community to say, hey, look, here's some of the special things that you've done. And I saw your piece, and I was like, dang, coaches everywhere, right? Like doing your thing. And I thought that was important. I appreciate everything you shared here today about being resilient, being Tigers, and what it means. I think you've helped these young people really turn around and see a different lens on what they can actually become, what you can do. And everybody gives back in their own way, right? Like some alumni give back by just showing up on a Friday night or Saturday afternoon to watch a game. They pay their money, they come and they cheer you on as fans. And that's why I say give them a little nod. Trust me, you'll be shocked at how much energy comes back to you in life in that 1 second moment when you just make eye contact with one of those elder statesmen or stateswomen and just give them a little nod of appreciation. I'm being honest with you on that one. And so they're giving us the limit here that we got to start to wrap it up and get out of here. But I want to let everybody get a lasting word. And Tay, you haven't said a lot. You've kind of been like real short and choppy. So we're going to turn it to you. And I want to allow you to say whatever's on your mind here as we start to close out here this show today.
I'm just glad to be at East and be a Tiger. Come to a community where I feel comfortable and loved at, and I could just show what I'm capable of doing, and then pass it on to everybody else that can't do what I can do. And for the people that played last year, that had a bad season, I'm just here to help everybody out, provide, man. Yeah.
The part I like just now is he said where I'm loved at.
Yeah.
Come on, it's not a lot of kids walking around schools that feel that energy, right?
Right.
And so if you feel that means you all got some special, some special sauce in the soup, man. I guess it ain't even soup. We're gonna call it gumbo over there, right? Because you know what I mean. You got a lot of good ingredients going on. Coach, we come into you last. QB1, what you got for us, man? Say a little something to get us out of here.
Yeah, I'm proud of this team, and we had a player last year that played with us on this team, and he would have been with us this year, but he had passed last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I got shot like right after the season, so yeah, we all miss him on the squad right now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, so I can't leave us on that without saying that. Look, young people out there, parents, everybody involved. So you hear how tragic moments in any community can affect our kids, right? So here you're carrying a part of your buddies and your former teammates' legacy with you. It's important that we all continue to do our part. Let's stop all the silly stuff out there. However you define silly stuff, it's not for me to define. That's not what this show is about. But I'm glad you shared that. I don't like to go places that the guests aren't comfortable going, but I appreciate you being willing to allow yourself to be vulnerable for a moment and say, hey, look, we lost a loved one, and we all still think about him. And so now we're going to continue to, to help play in that fashion and play for one of our own. Coach, go ahead. What's your lasting thoughts that you got here for us, man?
Who's
the defensive coordinator again?
We wear a lot of hats over there. I got a good staff.
There you go. Yes, indeed. You got some of my guys over there.
Somebody could be calling it.
Yes, indeed.
So we wear a lot of hats, and we work together a lot. We spend a lot of time to try to be the best we can for these kids.
Yeah.
But ending notes, man. East High is the place to be, man. These young men are changing the culture. They're turning things around. They're lifting the spirit in the building. The kids are watching them. I hold them accountable on how they carry themselves in the building.
Certainly.
Outside the building.
Yeah. And I'm just proud of them though, because they push back a little bit.
Yeah.
But they decided to get in line and do what's expected, and I'm super proud of them. But East High's a good place to be, man. It's a good place to send your kids.
Certainly.
We're building over there.
I love it.
Come be a part of that.
Yeah.
Come be something special.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you the same experience.
There you go. Hey, look, we're going to finish how we started. Everyone here is in the We Are East High School, right? They got their black and orange on. Their energy is nice. Coach got a hat with his name on the side, right? I mean,
they try to maybe take it off the fellas. He's like, how you get to wear a hat?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Dined out and all of that wonderfulness. Like I said, I wore my orange specific today because I knew I was coming out to be a part of, for my little moment, I get to be a Tiger today and roar, you know what I mean?
Nation.
And so then, so as we get to the end here, I got an outro. I say the outro. We get to smile, man, and trust me, while I'm reading this, there's cameras still watching you, right? So keep smiling just in case they cut to you during the time that the outro is being read. But hey, listen, that's all we have for today. I want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in with us today. I want to thank you all for being here with us. East Tigers Roar, you know what I mean? It meant a lot to have you all on the show. So a lot of love here this today on the show. But be sure to listen to all future episodes on Radio WCBE 90.5 FM. Also catch us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you prefer to listen to your favorite podcast. Additionally, follow us on Instagram at City League Sports 614. I am your host. Until next time, this is City League Sports.